30 minutes with my boyfriend.
Oh. Now I understand why you didn't pay attention in that. What other exercise you said? Oh, I was distracted. Now I know.
Sometimes he distracts me a little bit.
I know. So you rather spend time with your boyfriend than eating in these 30 minutes. Oh, you're going to suffer until 1.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. Okay. I think we are recording again. Yes, finally. I was like, are we? Yes. Okay, we have Ale. Ale, what you eat in your break? What you eat?
I have no time, and I prefer to be drinking water because I had a heavy dinner last night, and I feel like swallowed and I'm fresh, I guess.
Oh, okay, that sometimes happens. There are only 2 results to a heavy dinner. Either you wake up super hungry, sometimes, or next day you wake up and you feel still like bloated and you don't want to eat anymore.
Bloated? Is that the word? Bloated?
Yeah, like your stomach is still,
Okay.
until here.
How do you write that word?
Let me send it in the chat. Hold on.
Yeah.
Where's my chat? I have a lot of screens. My chat here. Okay, everyone to see, bloated. There. It's like when your belly feels swollen. It can, there are different causes for this, right? Different causes. But one is like
yes,
indigestion, like the digestive process, you still feel like, oh. Okay. 1, 2.
I haven't eaten very healthy. We were on holidays and I didn't eat much, and I have to travel a lot, and I guess that was what cost me to this.
It happens because when you eat food that you buy on the streets or in restaurants, they don't cook it as you, right? So not the same care. So it happens, don't worry. But it goes away eventually with 1 or 2 days.
In the bathroom.
No, yes. But if you start eating healthy, you start losing that sensation, and yes, it also goes in the bathroom, yes. That's why you're drinking the water, to help the system, the digestive system. Excellent. Well, almost everybody's here. We have 1. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Almost everybody. Excellent. So hopefully you guys ate something, or at least cookies, or no? Areli says no. You didn't eat, Areli?
During the break? Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
my husband prepared my breakfast.
See, Laura, this is what your boyfriend should have done during the break. Prepare the break.
I have no boyfriend, but I have a husband, so.
Yeah, just that Laura said, I didn't eat because I was spending time with my boyfriend, but he should have prepared the breakfast for you better.
Yes. Well, I used to practice ballet during the weekend and some days during the week. And I have my classes from 11:30 to 3 p.m. But today I'm going to enter after the class has already started because we have the training course.
Yeah, so you need to eat fast and continue with your activities.
Yes, that's why.
All right, very good, guys. So let's continue. Here, do you see the PowerPoint? Yes, okay. All right, excellent. So here's what we were checking, and we were clarifying some doubts before the break, with the questions, with you know, the differences between would and used to. No questions anymore? Nope. All right. So let's continue. Oh, we did this. We did the oral exercise. And now we need to work on something different, something else, okay? More important grammar tips. These grammar tips are super important because remember, one of the biggest differences between a B2 and a C1 is how well structured your writing is. The expressions you use, the kind of vocabulary, higher level vocabulary, academic reading, academic writing, and all of this, whenever maybe you say, oh, why do we check the grammar? Because when you write, the idea is that you do this. Okay, when you write, you have to eliminate repetition. You have to do something so your text is more cohesive. The ideas are more coherent, and everything is easier to be understood. So we learned about avoiding repetitions. Now we're going to learn about emphasizing ideas in English, which is something that happens also a lot in both writing and speaking ways of communication, okay? So emphasizing ideas. Oh, let me accept one more participant. Where is this? Gloria. Okay, there you go. Welcome, Gloria, and let's continue. We're just about to start. You're right on time, okay? Emphasizing ideas. How do we make emphasis in English? Okay. In English, most of the times, we add emphasis by stressing the auxiliary, okay? So when you want to emphasize a verb, you often stress the auxiliary. When I say stress, it's because you're speaking, okay? Remember that in Spanish, we have the little tilde that we call acento. And there's a huge difference when you use that in Spanish, okay? You say that syllable louder. Well, in English, we might not have it physically, but we have it in intonation. You don't see it, but you hear it, you say it louder, okay? And here, I'm going to give you some examples you will see because it's underlined, okay? So we do this especially because maybe you wonder, okay, we use emphasis. Why? Why do we use emphasis? Specifically when we want to correct what somebody thinks, okay, what somebody believes, or contrast with something else, then we add this contrastive emphasis. Let's see some examples. And of course, we use this with different tenses. Why am I talking about tenses here? Look, continuous, perfect, modals, because I said stressing the auxiliary, okay? For example, imagine, let's start with the continuous. Imagine somebody asks you, hey, Areli, why aren't you going to the party? Maybe Areli answers, but I am going to the party. See how I said that? But I am going to the party. Stressing, I say it louder, okay? It means, no, wait. Why do you think I'm not going? I am going to the party. So I say it louder to make that contrastive emphasis with that idea. Or why aren't you going to the party? Well, I can't go to this one, but I am going to go to the next one, to the one next week, okay? I can't go to this one, but I am going to the one next week. All right, so you stress the auxiliary. When speaking, when you write, no. Okay, when you write, you don't have to underline or anything. This is just when you speak, okay? Now, imperfect tenses. How do you see these imperfect tenses? Example. Okay, you haven't tidied your room. Imagine your mom saying, you haven't tidied your room. You can't play video games. Then maybe the son says, I have tidied it. I did it this morning. So I have, there's the emphasis. I have tidied it, mom. I did it this morning.
It's a way to say that maybe the information that you are saying it's not correct.
Exactly, exactly. I'm contrasting the idea. My mom thinks I haven't cleaned my room. I'm saying, no, I did it. No way, Jose, I did it. Okay?
No way, Jose.
All right. And another example, you haven't tidied your room. Imagine the kid answers, I know, but I have put my clothes away. Okay, I know I haven't done this, but I have done this other thing. All right. So see, in present perfect, what's the auxiliary you emphasize? Have. In present continuous, what is the auxiliary you emphasize? To be. In this case, am, because I'm using I. But if I were using he or she, what auxiliary would I emphasize?
Where tense? What is? I'm sorry.
Present continuous. If present continuous, if I here I'm emphasizing
The
am.
verb to be. Okay.
The verb to be, yes.
I'm emphasizing am because I'm using the person I. But imagine if I were using person she or he. What
Is.
Yes. Very good. If I were using where?
Are.
Where?
Where?
Sorry, are. Exactly.
We are. Are.
We are. So in present continuous, you emphasize to be, as Areli said. Which form of to be depends on the person you're using. It might be am, is, are. Okay. In present perfect, then you emphasize have. But in the case you're using person he, she, or it, what auxiliary would you emphasize?
Present is.
In present perfect.
Present.
Has,
Has.
has, have, and has. Very good. Have for the rest of the person, he, she, it, has. Excellent. Now, modals. Can we do this with modals? Yes. Imagine the situation. Somebody says, imagine you're in a party and you're sitting down. Okay, maybe you have a poker face or you are so serious and somebody says, hey, why are you so serious? Is it because you can't dance? So the person believes you are serious and seated because you can dance. Maybe you said, maybe Ale says, wait, but I can dance. Just look, and then you do it. Okay? Or is it because you can dance? I can dance the paso doble, but I can dance the tango. Okay? Wow, imagine. Okay, so whatever modal you use, can,
Will.
would,
Okay.
yeah, will for future or may, might, should, you emphasize.
Okay.
Okay? Is this clear? So whatever tense you're using, yes, Ale, Areli, sorry?
Can we do a sentence and you check it for us?
Sure. You choose your tense or you choose your modal. Please, good idea. Write a sentence and we check. And when you read it, please emphasize, okay? Okay, guys, ready? Okay, so who wants to start with the first sentence? Laura, okay?
The tense I choose is continuous. And my sentence is, why isn't you ready? But I'm ready. I'm waiting for you.
Very good. Why aren't you ready? Okay, but I'm ready. Very good. But okay, in this case, don't say am. You can say, but don't say contractions. Okay. When you use emphasis, don't use contractions, please. You say, but I am ready. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that because it's the auxiliary, the one you emphasize. Okay, excellent, Laura. Alma.
Did you broke that window? What? I did not do it.
Very good. Okay, what? I did not or I didn't do it. Okay, you can use contractions if you want to emphasize a negative auxiliary, no problem, because you have to emphasize them together. All right, Constanza.
You haven't done your homework. I have done it. I have done it.
I have
Or,
done it.
I have done it. Or I haven't done everything, but I have done a part.
Very good. I haven't done anything, but I have done a part. Excellent. Okay, Ale.
I was thinking my example, and it's like someone says, I want to stay home. I don't want to go to a party. And the other, I don't know, her sister or her someone else says, I think you should go and have fun.
But you should go, okay?
Yes.
Okay, you should. Emphasizing should, okay?
Should go.
Ali? Areli?
Oh, sorry, I didn't listen my name, sorry.
Sorry.
Well, I have here, why will you go to the wedding? Imagine that, for example, there's a wedding and I do not get on well with the people or with the groom and bride, right? Why will you go to the wedding? Of course I won't. I can't stand that girl.
Of course I want. I can
Yes,
stand that girl.
is that correct?
Okay, yes. You're emphasizing, of course I want. Just maybe the question should be, won't you go to the wedding? No, why? See, won't you go to the
Okay.
wedding? Of course I want. I can't stand that girl.
No, is will you go to the wedding?
Oh, okay.
Yes, no?
Well,
Because if
I
it's will, I
understood.
answer won't.
Yes, I understood. Why?
No,
Why?
will you go to the wedding?
Of course
Of course I won't. I can't stand that girl. Okay.
Good. Armando.
Okay. Why have you called many times? I have called only once.
Can you repeat the sentence, please?
Okay. Why have you called many times? I have called only once.
Okay. I'm having issues. I hear you very far. So I cannot hear it very, very clear. Can you repeat it again? Sorry.
Yes. Why have you called many times? I have called only once.
I have caught.
Called.
Oh.
Called.
Oh. Okay. So the question is, why have you called many times?
Yes.
And you say, I have called just twice.
Once.
Okay. Okay, correct. Carlos.
Yeah, I'm here. My sentence is you haven't done your homework, but I have done it. You can check if you want.
Okay, good, very good. Gloria.
Okay, is it because you haven't told me the truth? But I have told you the truth.
But I have told you the
Told you
truth.
the
Excellent.
truth.
Excellent, very good. Bere, I think she's teaching. Mildred.
Yes. My sentences are he hasn't arrived yet, but he has already gone.
Okay, so he has already arrived and gone. Okay, very good. Ismael. Ismael, are you there? Ismael, maybe not. Okay, am I missing somebody? No, from the ones that are here? No? Okay, so no questions here. Nope. All right, let's continue. Now, here it's something important, but what happens in simple tenses? Okay, let's check something very important. As you know, we usually only use the auxiliary do to make the negatives and to make the questions, right? That we know. For example, you say, I don't play soccer. Do you play soccer? But in affirmative, what do you say? Do we say I play soccer or I do play soccer?
I do emphasize, right?
Mhm.
I do play soccer is for emphasis.
Exactly. Okay, so it's for emphasis, yes. But in a normal way of communication, just speaking, we don't use the auxiliary in affirmative, just in negative in question. We say, I play soccer, I eat pizza, I wake up at 9 a.m. in the morning, okay, without auxiliaries. Usually in simple present, the auxiliary comes to help us make negatives and questions, okay, not positive forms. So when we want to add emphasis in the present simple or past simple tenses, we need to add the auxiliary do or did if it's past, and the main verb. This is called emphatic do. The grammar name, the grammar terminology is emphatic do, okay? So take a look at the charts we have on the left. Usually we say, I work, he works, I don't work, he doesn't work. Do you work, does he work? That's the way we speak, right? In past, we worked, she worked, we didn't work, she didn't work, did you work, did she work? That's the way we speak. But if we want to emphasize, we use the auxiliary in affirmative. Let's take a look at an example. She doesn't like cheese, does she? But she does like cheese. Okay, sorry. But she does like cheese. In fact, she loves it. So here we're emphasizing the person loves cheese, okay? And we are at the same time making the contrast in what a person believes, okay? Next one. Well, another kind of answer. I don't like cottage cheese, but I do like blue cheese. If somebody asks you, you don't like cheese, do you? Well, I don't like cottage cheese, but I do like blue cheese. Okay, see what I mean? This is how we do this in simple present, in affirmatives, okay? In past simple, okay, here's an example. You said you would phone me, okay? You said you would phone me. And then the person says, I did phone you, but you didn't answer, okay? Meaning, but I did it, it happened, okay? Or another answer, okay, I didn't phone you, but I did send you a text, you know, by phone, okay? Is this clear, guys? Very good, clear. Questions?
No, absolutely not. Perfect.
Perfect. Okay. I'm asking you if you were to have questions because we're going to work on activities too for this. So no questions?
Sure. Yes, I have a question. What did you said this kind of emphasize a name? The names
Oh.
of this emphasize?
This one is emphatic do. In simple tenses, emphatic do. It's here in the PowerPoint, a little bit above the yellow rectangle. Okay? Emphatic do. All right? Ready?
Thank you.
Wait a minute, I'm making notes
Sure.
about
Sure.
it. Just an example of this.
Of course. You
part.
tell me when you're ready and then we can continue, okay?
I finished. I'm done.
Very good. So just summarizing in speech, the auxiliary is stressed, okay? Any auxiliary you want, any model you're using is stressed when we are speaking. That's why it says in speech. And summarizing in present simple and past simple, I know we don't use the auxiliary in affirmative. However, when you want to express emphasis, there is something called emphatic do. And here are some more examples, okay? We do want to help you. Diego does work hard, but I really do love your baby. Imagine your sister says, hey, you don't like my baby. You say, no way, what do you think that I really do love your baby, okay? John doesn't like pizza. Yes, he does like pizza, okay? I do like to listen to jazz when I study. I don't speak with him anymore, but I do see him occasionally. All right? Is this clear? Can we practice now? All right, excellent.
The meaning, sorry, the meaning doesn't change. It's only to do more emphasize in this. But it's
Exactly.
okay if I use it or not. You are just
Yes.
telling us how to, right?
Exactly. It's okay if you use it or not, but whenever you want to contrast or emphasize something, you use it. Okay, it's important just to make meanings clear. But the meaning, as you said, Arely, doesn't really change. It's like in Spanish when you want to emphasize an idea. Okay.
A question. Do we use emphatic do just in speaking, right?
In speaking, yes. Maybe if you're texting, imagine if you're texting somebody and they said, you promised to call me and you never did. You can reply to the text and say, I did call you twice actually, and you never answered. Yes, you can write it too.
Okay, like chatting with friends.
Chatting, or if somebody sends you a letter or a note thanking you for a present. Well, if you want to send a letter thanking a friend for a present that he or she sent you, you can say, thank you very much, Alma, for your present. I do love it. This is something I wanted from a long time ago.
It's kind of informal.
It is correct to write it too, no problem.
Or when, for example, we can use it when you are referring to the exact words that somebody said, no?
To the exact words, what do you mean?
For example, Carlos said, and you, I do like to listen jazz when I study. when you are talking about the textual reference. I don't know how to say.
When you quote something, yes, you can use it when you quote too. Yes. So if the question is it grammatically correct to use the emphatic do? Yes, because it is actually a grammar tip. It's something called emphatic do. It exists. It's not like wanna and nita and gonna that you don't write like that. This one, it's correct. Okay. All right. Can we practice? Can we do the
I think the idea, well, that comes to my mind, that I guess it's the same verb.
I couldn't hear you well. When sometimes it sounds like the audio is there, but it repeats a lot, or something happens.
Oh. Are we using the same verb of the sentence, and we use the same verb to emphasize using do, did, or whatever the auxiliaries? The verb, the main verb should be the same?
The same verb that you use in your sentence, yes. For example, if somebody says, imagine they have pizza in a party and they are serving, and they say, oh, John doesn't like pizza. You can say, he does like pizza. You're using like, because it's the same one they use, yes. Was that the question? Because the audio.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Now let's have a little practice, okay? This we can find in the Viewpoint book. Do you have the Viewpoint book? Let me tell you exactly what page. Give me a sec. Okay, let me tell you the page. Oh, in my book.
Is the next one the previous exercise, I guess is?
Yes, it's page 14, right? Page 14. Okay, let me share my screen again. Here we're going to do some activities, okay? Let me also have my book here. See what I'm going to do in case you don't have it. I'm going to share the book directly. D-N-E here. And we're going to do D and E here, okay? Activities D and E. First, I'm going to read this one for you, okay? Let me share my screen. Okay, so it says, not long ago, the question is, what views are mentioned about reading and writing today? Not long ago, they were predicting that because of the increase in phone and computer use, people would stop reading and writing, but we haven't. In fact, we're reading and writing more than we did. So are the implications for this for literature? If so, what? Then the person says, yes, well, it does seem that with social media, everybody's writing something these days, like blogs and check-ins and status updates. I know I am, which is a good thing. I mean, I do like the fact that anyone can write a blog. It makes writing well more democratic somehow. I do think, though, that it gives the impression that anybody can be a writer. But doesn't it take talent to be a good writer? And if not, then does that mean anything goes? Yes, nowadays anyone can publish a novel online, but how do you know if it's any good? How do we evaluate it? Do you need it though? I think the real problem is with nonfiction. I mean, I know you determine what information you read on the internet is accurate and reliable. Yes, indeed. That's just as important, if not more important. So before we do activity 1, please tell me, in what sentences can you see the use of emphasizing in this dialogue that I'm presenting? in which sentences do you see the role of emphasis?
In line 5, Yolanda says, yes,
Yolanda.
well, it does seems that with social media, everybody's writing something these days.
Okay. Any other line, guys?
And the
I
part
do like
of Yolanda.
Elena.
Elena,
I
sorry.
do like, okay.
I do think, and the professor
I
said, I
do
do think.
think, I do think, correct. Any other?
Hmm. Hmm.
How, I mean, how, no.
Yes, indeed.
In line 8, sorry. No, line 8, 9, 10, 11, line 12. I do think, though, that it gives the impression that anybody can be a writer. Professor.
Okay, correct. Any other line? Very good. So as you can see, people use this a lot. This is a script of a conversation. Okay, this is a script. So it is used, okay, pretty much when you are talking and you want to defend, contrast, or emphasize your ideas. Is this point clear? Okay. Now I'm going to stop sharing this slide and I'm going to go directly to share the book, okay? Because we're going to do exercise D from the book. Do you have your viewpoint book? Yes, if not, it's here, okay? D says, read the conversations, add the auxiliary verbs do or does to add emphasis where possible. Okay, so it's not always possible, just where possible. And make any other necessary changes, okay? We won't do the listening. I just want you to add them in your book where you believe they go, and you can erase words or make any necessary changes, all right? I'm going to give you, they are for like 5 minutes to do this. Please let me know when you're done and we check together, all right? Ale, do you have a question? No? No? Okay, okay. Okay, let's do this.
¿Quién?
Are you ready? Yes. I think Ali is ready. Anyone else? Alma? Okay. Armando? Yes. Okay, many of you are ready. So let's check together. Who would like to read the first one, the first conversation, A and B? Of number 1. Areli, were you raising your hand? Okay.
Yes, me. The problem with many of the blogs you read is that they are very poorly written. Yeah, I do think it's hard to find ones that are well written. Some have good content though.
Okay, do you guys agree? I do think. Yes. Very good. Yes. Somebody? Hello, Gloria?
Could it be some do have good content though?
You can also say some do have good content. It depends on what you want to say. This is why it says add the auxiliary verbs where you think is possible. But if we start a debate, they might be possible in many. You can also say they do have some good content. Yes, it's possible too. Okay. Number 2. Who can read number 2?
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yes, continue. And then Armando.
Okay, so you know what I hate? Microblogs. I feel they are a waste of time and not worth reading. Well, I follow some celebrities. I do enjoy reading their thoughts on life.
Okay, that is correct. I do enjoy. Is it possible any other or just that one?
I think it is possible to. I do feel.
To follow.
I do feel.
I do follow.
I do follow. Or I do follow. Alma? Yes, I do follow, right?
Well, I was saying, I do feel they are a waste of time. I don't know.
Okay. If you change the, how can I say, the exercise a little bit, because in A, normally it's what they say and what you emphasize is B. Right? But when you want to express something you feel, yes, you can say, for example, you guys remember when Donald Trump was the president? Okay, do you remember? So I do feel he's promoting racism. Okay, I do feel. Whenever you express your opinion, yes, you can say that. All right, let's read 3. Who can read 3? A and B, please. Anybody?
Laura
I believe that people are.
Hello? Yes, can you continue, please? Constanza?
Okay, thank you. I believe that people are much less afraid of writing now. I know I am. I used to be hard to get your work published, but not anymore. The internet really makes a difference. But I do seems like that's a problem. Anyone can get their work out there.
Okay, yes, but we need to use another auxiliary here. Not do. Which one? For it.
Does.
Does. But it does seem And we change the extra S in seem because it won't be necessary because I have does. It does seem like that's the problem. Okay, do we agree? Excellent. Let's check number 4. Laura, you wanted to participate, right?
Not in this one.
Not in this one. I'm sorry. It's just sometimes there are many screens, and when you guys or there's a sound, the screens move, and sometimes I don't see you all at the same time. Armando, you said you wanted to participate in this one?
Was Carlos, no?
Yes. It's interesting. Yes.
Okay.
It's interesting how new kinds of writing have come about in recent years, like those cell-phone novels that store in Japan. It makes you wonder why they become so popular. Yeah, it does seem unlikely that people would want to read books on a cell phone.
Can you repeat the emphasis? Try to emphasize it a little bit more.
It does seem.
It does seem unlikely that people would want to read books. Okay, do we agree? Okay, very good, very good. So this is how we emphasize. So far, no questions?
A question. I also emphasize in the number 4 in letter A. We have, okay, it's interesting how new kinds of writing have come about in recent years, like those cell phone novels that did start in Japan, but I'm not sure about that.
When they say it makes you wonder?
Like those cell phones novels that did start in Japan.
Okay, as I was telling Alma, remember we're practicing emphasizing or contrasting what somebody says, okay? And normally we do that as a response to what the person says. So in this activity, in particular, it's A and we emphasize in B, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I guess it could be it does make you wonder why they. Could it be that way?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you, the audio. Can you repeat that, please?
Okay, same example, number 4. After in Japan, it wonder why they became so popular.
Yes, it's kind of the same situation. It's what somebody says, and you emphasize or contrast in the response. If A were the opinions, then yes. In this exercise in particular. See what I mean?
Miss, which was the answer in number 2? I do follow.
I do follow, and it's also possible I enjoy reading. I do enjoy reading.
I do enjoy. Okay, both are possible because they are in the answer, right?
Mm-hmm. And I understand that you feel like we can emphasize some of the sentences in A, yes, if they were the opinions, okay? But here, the contrast is in B, just in this exercise, as I said, all right? Very good. Questions? Questions now? All right, let me stop sharing this and let's go back to our PowerPoint. Please tell me when you see the PowerPoint. Do you see it? Yes? Yeah. Okay. No, Constanza, no, not yet? No, okay. So let's do some practice or emphasizing ideas, okay? Sorry, maybe you feel like, oh my God, we study, we practice, but it's the only way, okay? Study something, see if it's clear, and then we put it into practice because there are so many things we have to check to reach that C1 level, all right? So for the practice, okay, I'm going to show you some statements and I want you to reply to those statements by denying them, okay? Denying them meaning saying the opposite. We're going to create contrast. Remember to use the auxiliary verb in the correct tense and that in the response, the pronouns could change. Okay, just keep that in mind. All right. So, okay, I'm going to show you, and in your notebook, just write the reply to the statement. Don't copy the statement, just the reply. You can write one reply, okay? And then we check. Ready? Okay, I'm going to display another one.
It's going to be more.
Yes, here's the other one.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, can we continue? And that's it. Tell me when you finish.
I'm done.
Okay, now, if everybody's done, yes? No? Okay, let's just wait a little bit. Please, you tell me. Okay. Now, well, Laura, Areli, okay? All right. Now, see what we're going to do. One of you is going to read the statement in those colored rectangles, and another person is going to respond, okay? And denying the statement. The first one, Areli reads the statement in yellow, sorry, and Alma answers denying the statement in yellow, okay? All right, Areli, please.
Okay. You don't live near here.
But I do live near here.
Excellent, very good. Now, Constanza, you read the statement in black. Laura, you respond to the statement in black.
They don't have any shoes on their feet.
They do have shoes on their feet.
Okay, they do have shoes on their feet. And something else you can do in this one, you can change the pronoun. Instead of saying any, you can use, instead of any, what can you use?
Some.
Some, very good, some. Okay, next one, Armando, you please read the statement in gray, and Carlos, you answer denying.
You don't have a better card than mine.
But I do have it.
But I do have it, very good, okay. Ale, next one, you read the statement, and let me see who else do we have here? Mildred, you respond denying the statement.
He doesn't run quickly.
But he does run quickly.
But he does run quickly. Very good. Okay, Gloria, next one, please read the statement. And Ismael, please answer.
She doesn't work at nights.
I think Ismael is not here or she's busy. So, okay. Constanza, can you please answer? To the statement? You're on mute, Constanza.
I'm sorry, which one?
Can you read again, Gloria, please?
Yes, sure. She doesn't work at nights.
But she does work at nights. She does work at nights.
But she does work at night. Very good.
She does work, sorry.
Very good.
Does work.
Next one. Laura, please read the next statement. And now, Gloria, you answer.
Okay.
The brown one. Well, he didn't break it.
But he did break it.
Excellent. Very good. Okay, now Mildred, please read the statement in lime green and Alma answer the statement.
Okay, they don't eat veggies.
But they do eat veggies.
But they do eat veggies. Very good, very good. Okay, next one. Armando, Carlos, you read the statement in purple and Armando, you answer.
We didn't arrive on time.
But we did arrive on time.
Correct. Okay, and finally, who am I missing? Constanza, you read the statement and Areli, you answer the statement.
You don't speak English.
But you do speak English.
But I do, right? Because you are answering.
Okay. Yes, I have that doubt, but
yeah.
Yes. But I do speak English.
Very good. Exactly. Okay. See, guys, this is how we emphasize. I think you did the exercise pretty quickly. I don't think you have a lot of problems, right? No? Questions? All right. So we started this class practicing and acquiring vocabulary. Then we moved to grammar and then oral activities, more grammar, more oral activities. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to practice a different skill. And for this, we're going to start also with something oral. And after the speaking part, we do the reading part, okay? And we're going to be using another book. Okay, we're going to be using, let me tell you what page. Just a second. Okay, we're going to be using page 12 of the English objective book, which is the blue one I have here, okay? Do you have the book or do we use the PowerPoint?
What page, teacher?
Page 12.
Thank you.
Page 12. If you don't have the book, I believe I can do this a little bit bigger. First, we're going to do the speaking part for the first 3 questions. Okay. These 3 questions, okay? Instead of working with a partner, we're going to work all together. All right? So I'm going to ask the first question, and I want 3 of you to raise your hands and answer that question. I want 3 different answers, okay? Question number 1. Have you ever visited or lived in a foreign country? If so, what cultural differences did you notice? Who would like to share that experience? Okay, Mildred, and after Mildred, Carlos, and I'm missing one. No one else lived in a foreign country? Gloria. Okay, so Mildred, then Carlos, then Gloria. Okay, please, Mildred.
I have visited a foreign country. I was 1 month in Canada, and well, a cultural difference. Well, people open the door when you want to enter to another place. If you are visiting maybe a store, they commonly open the door for you, and after everybody enter, okay, they stop to holding the door.
So they always open the door.
Yeah, for example, if the people want to go out and you want to enter to that place, they wait for you to enter, and then they go out.
Interesting. This only happens in Mexico when the person, you know, when the guys are dating a girl the first time, they open the door for us, or they open the car door. Just the first time. When you're in the relationship, that doesn't happen anymore, does it?
Yes, that's right. And well, it was for us, for my friends and me that were there, it was a good, a polite way to be there for people to interact with others. And as we checked that they were doing every day, we started to do the same.
Very good. So you learned and you gained a good habit. Excellent. Very good. Okay, next one, I believe it was Carlos.
I would like to change my place with somebody else because I will feel more comfortable answering for the second question.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't visited another country. I've been living in another city, but not in another country, so I cannot give a very big response. So
don't worry
I
about
would prefer answering the other one.
Okay, the next
I
one.
answer that?
Wait. Okay, Areli, you're taking his place.
Yes, sorry. Well, 2 years ago, I visited different countries in Europe. I went to a little tour with my sister and a friend. And one of the most beautiful places that we visited was the Netherlands. It's like a future city. One of the things that we loved the most was the transportation, the train and the buses. They are very punctual. They have an app that they know the exact moment when the buses arrive, and they say, oh, I'm going to take this bus, as the common buses that we used to take to go to work or something like that. And they are waiting in a point, and they are very punctual. They open the doors, and even though a person is running to achieve the bus, they do not wait other people, because they say that if they wait to others, they are going to be
late or behind schedule.
Yes, they are going to make that other people get late to their places.
Okay.
So they are very punctual, and it also the enter to the subway or to the train, it's open. Okay, the door is open, so you can enter without paying. Of course we pay, and we have a card, but the first days that we don't know, we pay, but we don't know how to put the ticket. And the door was open, so we say, what? In Mexico, we have to put the ticket so the door can open. But in Europe, the people had the culture to pay their tickets and enter without a policeman taking care of the entrance.
Wow, big difference, huh? A big difference. Imagine if the doors were open in Mexico, something different would happen.
No, but there's in most parts of Europe, in Switzerland and in other countries, it's the same, but only a policeman check by not all days. They don't usually check, but if they check, you get punished or fined. If you have to pay a fine if you do not pay your ticket.
Okay, I see. Very good, excellent. So anyone else? Oh, well, anyone else? Gloria was next because you were taking Carlos's place. Okay, Gloria.
I used to live in the UK. I lived there for a while. And one of the things that shocked me the most was the fact that the way that people respond whenever you were sick, especially at work. Here in Mexico, if you are sick, it doesn't matter if you are dying. You have to go to Easter to something similar to get a proof that you are actually sick. And in the UK, if you are sick, you can be absent from work a maximum of 7 days without actually proving that you were sick. So that's something that blew my mind because I got sick there and I was really worried, and my coordinator told me that it was okay, that I didn't have to prove that I was sick, that they do believe that I was sick. So it was something like really shocking.
It is shocking.
Yeah, because here, if you are absent from work 1 day, you have to plead and beg that you don't get your money taken off. Yeah, that you are sick, that you are waiting in Easter and everything. And there, I was trying to get like a prescription or something.
Exactly.
To take to my work, but it wasn't necessary, and it was like really shocking because it was like I got sick like, I don't know, like 4 days, and I didn't go to work, and it was okay. So
perfect.
To me, it was like okay. So I wish we could do that here, but no.
Do you think we would use this wisely? See, I don't think so. I think it's due to the cultural thing, because here we are so used to not getting that I think that we wouldn't use it wisely. But since for, I don't know, people from the UK, it is common. Like for them, it's like, okay, I am sick 2 days. I won't be working 2 days because I am ill. That's okay. And that's it. It is really wonderful, all of the things that we learn when we visit another country. I have always believed that when you travel and you stay for a while in another country, or even if it's a short visit, you see the culture, and it's like you open up your eyes and the world shrinks a little, right? Because you're understanding more, you observe more of the culture. I also had a culture shock experience. Once I had the chance to be in Japan, and I noticed that sometimes I was walking down the street and there was like a cell phone once, and in another occasion a camera there, just there, like somebody put it there. And I was like, look, there's a cell phone. And my friend told me like, yeah, but don't take it. And I'm like, why is the cell phone there? And the other day I saw a camera. Why are they there on the steps? And they told me it's just probably somebody lost it or dropped it. So people find it and they put it there where they found it, on the floor. They put it there in case the owner comes back to find it. And I was like, Wow, that would never happen in Mexico. What happens in Mexico if we find a cell phone?
You won't see it anymore.
You won't see it anymore. Yeah. So there are many things that are shocking, but also, you know what? I mean, our country also has many good things that are shocking or that people, foreign people tend to love. We have a lot of foreign people living in Mexico, and they normally say that we are so warm, and that's a huge difference. So that's question number 2. What might a visitor to your country perceive to be the biggest cultural difference? Here again, I would like 3 answers. If you can share an experience or something that your foreign friend have told you. Okay, Carlos, number 1. Anyone else with a foreign friend who has mentioned differences? Carlos, Constanza, and one more. No one has foreign friends? Okay, let's listen to Carlos and Constanza. Carlos.
Okay, I met around 3 foreign people living in Mexico, and well, one of the most impressive things I noticed when they live in Mexico is the amount of spicy food we used to eat. We eat a lot of spicy things, so they say, why don't we have problems with our, how can we say intestinos or something like that? We have stomach problems or something like that, and I said, yes, we actually have problems with the stomach. Another very impressive thing they could notice is that we are warmer than usual. I mean, in Europe, people is not so effusive. They don't make this contact with others. I mean, we are holding each other all the time. We are kissing. We are showing we love each other with, I don't know how to say it. We are very expressive with our feelings and with our relatives, with our loved ones. So this is something that doesn't happen in Europe, I guess. At least they don't tell me this. Or, for example, I met a Canadian who says this exactly. They don't usually do this kind of expressions with people around them. And we do here, even with people we don't know really much. When we are into a party, we usually call someone we never met before, and we make a great friend in that time.
That happens, exactly. I have also heard that about the warmth of Latin people and Mexican people. Very good. Okay, Constanza.
I lived for a year in Denver, Colorado, and my mom visited me for a week, and she made some mole verde, green mole and red mole. And there are husband of a friend that he said, I really love Mexican food, and he really eat 2 or 3 times the mole because he loved Mexican food. That's a very nice experience.
Exactly. The food is something that either they love or they are afraid of it because it's too spicy for them. You know what, Constanza, now that you mentioned mole verde, 4 years ago, I got married, and I used to live in Chihuahua before, and now I moved to Toluca. And in Toluca, mole verde is really popular. And we moved to Toluca last year. It was my first time to try mole verde. I have never tried it in my life. I mean, mole, yes, but not the green one. And for me, it was like, oh, what is this deliciousness? It
is delicious, really delicious. The one of the great grandmother of my daughter, she gives me a recipe of mole verde, and I think it is really a nice recipe. I really love it.
Later on, you can send it to me in WhatsApp.
Okay.
Excellent. And next one, Laura, you also raise your hand.
Okay, well, my boyfriend is Belgian. So he always tell me a lot of things that he find weird or I don't know, exotic in our behavior or or environment. And for example, he says that we make a party of everything. That we dance. Or another one is that every one of us know how to dance. That's his other that's his other example. Or that he's impressed about the access that we have, the accessible that it's the price of some food, for example, the fruits of or vegetables that because he says that in Europe it's super expensive to eat vegetables or fruits so often that we do it here. We eat that kind of things every day, and he says that there is super expensive to do it as we do here. So that's one of the examples that I can remember in this moment. But always he said me a lot of of cultural shocks that he experienced here.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. So the last question, again, 3 people. In this case, I'm going to ask you directly, okay? So, Arely, for you, what is culture shock? And have you experienced it?
Well, when cultural shock is when you notice the difference between your own culture and the culture that you are getting to know. And maybe as we have already shared with our experiences, that when you know other people or other culture, and then you notice about their music, their costumes, their dressing, and you compare with your own daily activities, maybe you get maybe you like them or not. For example, when we went to Europe, and people, it's commonly so quiet. For example, when you travel in the train, people is quiet. They used to have their earphones. They are in their Macs, their iPhones. They do not talk. And I want to say hello, or you want to say something to a person, and they are totally quiet. And in Mexico, it's different, because you enter to the subway and there's a man selling some things. There's music. There's girls dancing or makeup, doing her makeup. So these kind of differences cause a cultural shock. Or maybe when you, as my classmates, live in another place, they can experience better, no?
Excellent, excellent. Very, very good. Gloria, you mentioned you lived for a while in the UK. So in your opinion, what is culture shock, and have you experienced this?
I would say, sorry for the camera, but my connection sucks. So I am trying to keep on the class.
Don't worry.
Cultural shock, I would tell it is when you experience or when you see how different you are from people from other countries, how they react towards life in a different way that you would do it. So yeah, I experienced it, and it was, I don't know, hard for me to realize that not everybody is as warm as we are in Mexico. Because people did care about how I was, but it wasn't the same. It was just like, you don't feel well. Well, get well soon. And I was like, okay. And here in Mexico, you usually, I don't know, try to make people feel better. And you usually talk to people a lot and say, well, don't worry, maybe you can do this, or maybe you could do this other thing, or why don't you talk to that person. And no, in the UK it was different. People were nice, but you know, here in Mexico we get used to having, I don't know, warmer people around you, and it was hard for me at the beginning. Then I got used to it, and I didn't care anymore because I knew I knew how the situation was, and I knew it wasn't because they didn't want to. It was because that's the way they were taught to do it. So
Exactly. Very good. And finally, let's see who. Mildred, what is culture shock for you, and have you experienced it?
Well, it's the contrast. And for me, it's the contrast between two cultures and, well, the difference that they may have. And, well, I haven't experienced a lot, but, well, I have seen and I have also heard about people that have experienced like the ones that are from Arab culture in Mexico, because I have watched some videos in which people from Egypt, well, they are really amazed about the way that Mexican people interact each other, because, well, in Egypt, they can interact the way as we do. For example, Egypt government ban kisses between people, and, well, they need to be alone, okay, to kiss each other. But here in Mexico, and when they arrived, they mentioned that they were amazed about being that, to see that people interacting so near. And, well, I can give this as an example of culture shock.
Exactly. Very, very good. So I believe most of us have experienced culture shock in one way or another. You don't really have to live in another country. Sometimes the people from other countries come and we become friends, and then we see culture shock, right? With customs, with traditions, with things, food, things they eat, things they do. Exactly. Very good. Now, we won't have enough time today to do the reading because, as you can see, the reading is kind of long. So I would like to close this class with one final question, and it's the question 2 in exercise 3, okay? What generalizations are made about people from your country? Okay, so in general, you can raise your hand. What generalizations are made about people from Mexico? What do people from other countries believe of us? Well, Ale,
We're always late.
we're always late. Well, is that a generalization or is that a truth?
Yes. Kind of com- confession. Nobody brain people thinks that we are always late. They say real 7 or 7 years ago. We know it's 7 and apart, right?
You're right. I used to work with a bunch of Japanese people at the Japanese school in Aguascalientes. Everybody's Japanese there. And when we had a meeting, or if they invited us to a restaurant or something, they would be like, hey, so tomorrow at 5, but 5 p.m., not Mexican 5. They always say that. You're correct. Okay, anyone else? What other generalization? Gloria.
I would say that sometimes people from other countries think that we wear mariachi hats like on a regular basis.
Exactly. Okay, good. Areli, you also wanted to participate.
Yes. they think that we are a very warm, in the positive way, that we are warm people,
Mhm.
that we are, when I went to Europe, they say that we are very nice person. They have a good concept about Mexico.
Yes, they believe we are so kind and warm
Yes,
towards
and
each
warm.
other. So
Yes,
express.
but in the other hand, they also said that, for example, they saw us and they say, "Oh, El Chapo," and we said, "Oh, come on." We are related to the kind certain people. Some of them they say, "Oh, Frida Kahlo," and the others say, "Oh, the Chapo." So
Okay, very good. So there are many generalizations. Next class, we're going to have some reading practice, and because we also need to practice reading and writing. We're also going to practice writing next class, more listening, and the reading is actually about culture shock. Okay, so we're going to continue learning about this in the next session. Before we go, guys, do you have any questions, Laura?
Well, more than a question, I want to ask you for suggestions, or if it's possible, for material to practice our reading. I
You're
know.
reading, actually, yes.
I would
I'm
like
going
that.
to start giving you homeworks starting next session too, for reading and writing. Next
Thank
class, you will
you.
have homework for that. You guys can thank Laura. Nah, just kidding. Don't worry, it's not her fault. It's not her fault. It was already in my PowerPoint for other sessions. Sorry. But yes, you will start practicing, okay? Thanks a lot, guys. I hope you enjoyed the session, okay? And I hope to see you back next class, okay?
Thank you. See you next week.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank
you,
you,
teacher.
teacher.
Have a
Thank
nice
you.
Have a
day.
nice
Bye-bye.
day, everyone.
Bye.